I just want to understand what is the value that having a tax strategist brings them. So how would you answer that?
Right. And I get that question. It's so loaded, and it's one of those things where it's almost like asking a doctor, how can you cure my illness or help me? You got to look under the hood, It's
Yeah.
like we have to do what's called an analysis of everything, and before we can really say. There's probably 150 different strategies out there. Like we even have a list that we keep where we have about 153.
Mm,
So it could be a various amounts. I do understand the concern though, because no one wants to hire a tax professional or a tax strategist and them say, okay, we can do the Augusta rule and you can do a short-term rental. I mean, their heart's gonna sink, right? It's like that's not what I was hoping for without really knowing their situation. One, they may not be able to do the Augusta rule because they have a home office and they don't have a commercial place where they rent for business. So again, it's one of those things where we don't know because we don't know you yet. But I can tell you is we will review the tax returns, we will review your books to see like is there anything that's going to hinder us from implementing strategies. And then we may have some questions about, okay, what are some of your long-term goals that you want to accomplish? And we'll be able to assess, okay, there's definitely an opportunity here. Do you want to proceed forward with tax planning? And from there, we really dive in and create the architecture of the tax plan. But I will say this, most of our clients, and if not all, navigate that process. They should navigate it. It's not my tax situation, it's theirs. And so there'll be strategies that we'll talk about, and they'll say, that's a really good strategy, but it's not something I really want to do this year, but I
mm,
do want to revisit this the following year. Typically, with any tax plan, there's three or four strategies that give you the most bang for your buck and are make the most sense and are most authentic to you. So you want those honed in and focused on for that first year. And then from there, you can kind of layer it as you proceed on to the following year. Ultimately, tax planning is about mitigating tax and building wealth legally. So it has to just fit those two parameters.
mhm.
But all I can tell you is that we don't know until we really get to know the client and get to know their situation. If somebody's expecting, okay, what you got, and want a buffet list of everything, it's really not the best approach because you're not going to really want to do anything because every strategy requires some form of effort, whether it's cash flow, documentation, faxing, preparing documents to the IRS. If it's not something that really hits your vision, you're not going to want to do it. And there's no urgency in the matter.